Welcome back. Good afternoon. This is English PF. This is week number 5, right? Time flies, and we are just like kind in the middle of the whole course. And I'm really glad to see you. I'm really glad to see you at least through the camera, right? And I know that you're doing fine. I wanted you to use the reactions just to let me know how are you today. Some of you look like this because you're tired. Some of you look like, let me see. Because I can only see faces, right? Some of you look like this. Yes, Daniela, I'm glad to see you. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. Thank you. It's really nice to see that you're doing fine. I know this is a great effort, right? It's a 4-hour course, so I really appreciate that you have tried to join and you're here. Okay, so let me anytime. I'm gonna show my screen just to let you know where we are. I usually do this at the very beginning. So this is where we are now. Let me make it smaller. I'm sorry. Oh no, that's too small. Oh no, that was way too small. Okay, let me go back again. We make it bigger, but I mean small, but not too small. Okay, so this is where we are now. Right now, we are on week number 5. As you can see, this is week number 5. So Charlene is here, right? Charlene, Ana Martinez. Hi, Ana Martinez. Let me see, there's some people coming. Alexander Castro is here. Hi, Alexander. Really nice to see you. Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome back. Noelia. Fausto.
Present, Miss.
Hi, Fausto. How are you? Fausto Jose Gutierrez is here. Let me see, this is, oh, Noelia, but Noelia is not here yet, right? Fausto, Johanna Garcia. Johanita, no. Mercy Largo.
Hi, Miss Present.
Hi, Mercy. Okay. Andres Liua. No yet. Jose Moran. Dana Muñoz.
Present,
Oh,
Miss.
Dana. Oh, hi, Dana. There you are. Grace Paredes. No. Karen Pincay.
Miss.
Oh,
Hi,
Grace.
Miss.
Okay. Grace, how are you? Nice to see you. Okay, so Maria Jose Orrala. I was skipping Maria Jose and Grace. Okay. Maria Jose, not yet, right? Karen, Lisbeth, Daniela.
Present, Lisbeth.
Lisbeth and Daniela are here. Maria Jose
Present.
now. Okay. Maria Jose Orrala. Just give me one moment because I think she's joining now. Maria Orrala. Okay, there she is.
María Moreno.
Maria Luisa. Okay, just give me one moment. Where is Maria Luisa? Moreno. I'm sorry. I was skipping you. But I name Jose, Andres. Yes. Maria Jose, yes, I got you. You're right here. Look. Maria, and this is where you are, in here. So this is, I already checked attendance. Welcome back, Maria Jose.
Miss.
Noelia, yes. Noelia, where is Noelia?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Noelia.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Sorry.
Okay, don't worry. Angie Villacres. Lisbeth, I know Lisbeth is here, right?
Present,
Daniela, Lisbeth, that's Angie, and thank you. And Yvette.
Present.
Hi. And finally, but not least, Anthony.
Present.
Hi, Anthony. Okay, so this is where we are. This is week number 5, right? So this is where we are right now. So let me share again my slides. So this is what we're going to be doing today. See, and this will be class activities for week number 7. I mean, week number 5. I said week number 5. No, week number 7. Let me share the link with you on the chat. Okay, so that's the access to join my slides. And let me show you how do they look. So this is where we are now. This is the classroom, the class material presentation. And this is not, I'm sorry, this is not English 3B, 3F. So this is where we are, right? English 3F, and that's me, and that's week number 5. So we're gonna start by this. We're gonna talk about time, and this is going to be like storytelling, like telling a story. So usually every day when we wake up, there's a sequence, right? So there's different activities we do every day. If we could order the different activities by the time sequencers. So time sequencers are just words that can help us to organize different actions or events according to the time. So we might have first, next, then, after that, later, and finally. So it's like telling a story, right? So what do you do every day when you wake up? What is the first thing you do? And we can...
I get up at 7 o'clock first.
The first one, right? So first, I get up at 7. It might be at 6, at 5, but this is like the very first action, right? Let me see. How can we like order by adding the words like time sequencers, so we can write down the word first, right? We might use another color. So first, this is what happened every single day, right? First. And then what happens later? So you wake up, and then there's these different options. I go to school, I wash my face, I wash my teeth, I have breakfast, I put on my clothes. So what could go next? Wake up, that's for the first one, right? And then, what do you think? What happens?
Maybe I wash my teeth.
Okay. Could be.
Maybe.
Right? There's not like a specific order. Everybody doesn't do the same, things like this, right? It might be. So you wake up, you go to the bathroom, and then you wash. Thank you. Thanks for helping me typing the different time sequences, right? So next, it could be wash my face, or maybe wash my teeth. Right? So we can use the word next to describe what comes next after the first action, right? And then we can use the word then, like another action, right? Just to add another sequence, right? So it could be wash my face or wash my teeth, right? Hi, Andres. Welcome back.
Hi,
Nice
Miss.
to see you. Okay. And what could go on after that? Later, and finally, I think someone is typing. What should be the last activity? Finally, the last action. It's finally, not finished. Danita, can you please write it again?
Finish. I go
Session.
to the school at 8
Ajá.
this year a.m.
Yeah. So first I get up at 7. Next, I wash my teeth. Then I wash, could be, right? After that, so after washing my face, I put on my clothes, could be, right? So after getting dressed, later you have a sandwich, maybe juice, maybe coffee. You have breakfast, and then right, and then finally you're ready to go to school. Si quisiéramos contar como una historia, véalo como una historia. So what happened first? That's action number 1. Next, ¿qué es lo que hago luego? Next, I wash my teeth. Then I wash my face. Later, tal vez unos minutos más tarde, might be 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I have breakfast. And then finally, I put on my clothes, I have breakfast, and then finally I'm ready to go to school. So if we could order the different actions, these words is something that is really helpful. It helps us to describe the sequence of the time of different actions happening, like telling a story, como si contásemos una historia, okay? But it makes it gives the story coherence, right? It makes it logic. There's a logically sequence of different actions. So this is how these words might be really, really useful in any language. So this is just the first. Now, what about this? Have you ever heard of the story of the 3 little piggies? How the story goes. What happens first, then, next, and last. This is a story. It's like a children's story, right? Story tale, así le llamamos en inglés. That this is a story we usually tell little kids before they go to bed. Do you know how the story goes? Andres, what happened first on the 3 little piggies story? And there were 3 little piggies, right? They were brothers. Number 2. And here I gave you the chance so you can move this. You can move the sequence of the different events, and to make it visually clear, you can also move the different pictures so you can tell the story by organizing the different actions. According to the story, once upon a time, there were 3 little piggies living on a farm. One piggy had a house made of sticks. Sticks es como si fuera paja, ¿no? Estas pajitas que son así como very, very weak, right? Very soft, the material. There was another piggy who built a house made of straw. Straw es como decir ya una casita como, how could you say straw? Como de caña. A little more strong, right? The material. And there was another piggy who made a house out of bricks. So what are bricks? These are bricks. Let me show you. This is the brick house. This one. I'm trying to use an arrow in here. So these are bricks. Bricks. This is, and when we talk about straw, it's like como de caña somehow, but sticks son solamente como pequeñas pajitas. So if you blew it, it can be destroyed very easily. And then there was a wolf, right? And the wolf tried to eat the little piggies. He was chasing them. But what happened with the first piggy? The one that housed, the one whose house was made of sticks. What happened to the house? According to the story, anyone? Do you know the story? ¿Nunca se la contaron? No. Andres, come on, you know the story. Lisbeth, Dana. The wolf, he was blowing and blowing like puff and puff. In English, they call it puff when you go like this.
Miss,
Like this. Noelia.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking, and what is stronger, a straw or a sticks?
The sticks son como las pajitas. I think that's like very soft. And then the straw es como la caña. I think it might be a little harder. And then the bricks are like the hardest.
Yeah, I know that, but
So that's
I was searching and I thought sticks were like palitos.
ajá,
And
palito.
is paja, entonces siento
Ajá.
que la paja iría primero y luego los palitos.
Yeah,
luego-
that's how we go. Yeah, of course, yeah. So according to the story, the first house, since it was very weak, right, made of sticks, the wolf was puffing and puffing, and the house poof disappeared. So, and then the second little piggy, whose house was made of straw, the wolf started to puff, and he blew it down. So it was destroyed anyway. And the third house, the one made of bricks, that one was really hard, so the wolf could not blow it down and got really angry. And what happened at the very end of the story?
The pig,
Maria Luisa, yeah, go ahead.
and then the pig built his house up. Luego, next,
So first,
the pig built house of bricks, the wall called block stone.
So the-
the
The
wolf
wolf climbed down.
So finally, the wolf.
and
Yes, go ahead. Fausto, I think you're trying to read the last one, right? The wolf. That's like the end of the story.
It's the
Last,
Then the wolf climbed down the chimney.
Mhm.
He fell into the pot on the fire, and the little pig
Hey,
ate him.
according to
At him.
this story, that's the end of the story, right? So the wolf climbed down the chimney. The chimney es la chimenea. And he fell into the pot. The pot es esta olla grandota, this one. And according to the story, once he fell in the pot, the three little piggies, instead of the wolf eating the piggies ate the wolf. That should be like the last event, right? I found the story kind of creepy. I thought that the wolf just died. But according to this, yes, of course, I'm gonna share the links again. And these are just time sequencers. Let me see. Let me share again the link to the slides on the chat. So if you could not grab it, here it goes again. So can someone read the whole story, like first, then next, and what happened at the very end of the story? First, Maria Luisa, can you read the first one? So what happened first on the story?
May I?
Yes, of course, go.
Okay.
Mhm.
So first, the pig built his house out of sticks and the wolf blew it down. Then,
Don't
I
worry, don't worry. Noel is helping. Mhm.
then the pig built his house out of straws, and the wolf blew it down.
Mhm.
Next, the pig built his house out of bricks. Then the wolf could not blow it down and got angry.
Mhm.
So last, the wolf climbed down the chimney and he fell it in the pot on the fire, and the little pigs ate him.
Mhm. So that's how the story, that's the last sequence of the story. Okay, so this is just the three little piggies, but there's something I wanted to show you. And it's not really about the three little piggies, but this is called time sequencers or time connectors. So words could be first, then, after, later, after that, next day, one evening, suddenly, 10 minutes later, 2 minutes later, when the wolf came and he started blowing the house, the three little piggies, and then this is how these words help you to connect the different sequence, right? And this is how you can tell a story. And then I wanted to show you another story, but this is not about the three little piggies. This is about two people. They're called Hannah and Jamie, right? Hannah and Jamie. And this is like, I think this is kind of a romantic story, but within the story, there are some gaps, right? Usually we have some missing information. And here, let me show you where they are. So we have, this is the first one, right? This is done already, but then we will have like this gap, and there's gonna be another gap around here, and there's gonna be another gap. Let me see, where is it? So I think there's gonna be 4 of them. No, I think there's 5. Oh no, 6. Oh no. So there's 6 different missing pieces of information. So what do you have to write in here? What is it missing? What do you think? If this is a story, what is it missing? After that, next day, one evening, how do you call this? How do you call these words? Fausto? How do you call these words? First, then, after, next, later, finally, suddenly. ¿Cómo se llamaban? Time connectors, right? So this is what we're learning, time connectors. So this is another story, okay? So on the story, there's these time connectors which are missing, right? So we have to read the whole story to guess and like find what could be the right time connector in which of the sections of the story. Where do they go? Okay, so let's start by the very beginning of the story. And this is the very beginning of the story. Can someone, do I have a volunteer? Voluntarios, no? Do I
No.
choose? Okay, Yvette, would you like to read? Of course, go ahead.
Okay.
No se pelee, no se pelee.
No, ya no.
Okay, no, sin pelearse, sin pelearse. I'm just kidding.
Ya.
Ajá.
¿Le comienzo o desde
Ujú.
tú?
Hannah met Jamie.
Yeah, okay.
Ujú.
Hannah met Jamie in the summer of um,
2010.
2010. ¿Así?
Ajá. Ujú.
It was Hannah's 21st birthday.
Ajá, 21st birthday. Ujú.
21st birthday, and she and her friends went to a club. They went to dance, but they didn't like the music, so Hannah went to speak to the DJ. This music is awful.
Awful means like, oh, this
Awful.
music is too bad. It's like awful. It's like
Oh,
something they didn't like.
She said, call
Could you
you
play?
play something else.
Mhm.
The DJ looked at her and said, don't worry, I have the perfect song for you.
For you. Okay, so this is how the story starts, right? So where did they met? Hannah and Jamie. When? So the first question is, when did they meet? Was it in 2020? Was it in 2001? Can you write your answers in the chat? You can use the chat anytime. So when did they meet? Hannah and Jamie. Alexander. According to the story.
2010.
They met in the summer of 2010. So, where did they meet? Any other ideas? So they met in 2010. Where?
In the summer.
They met in the summer of 2010, but where? Where did she go? It was her 21st birthday, right? And she and her friends went to a club. What is a club? How can you describe a club? Anyone? Mercy. Lisbeth.
Un club para pasar con los amigos.
To dance, to have a drink, to just spend time with friends, to listen to music. And this is how they met. They were at a club. She went to the club because it was her birthday and she wanted to celebrate her birthday. And then the music, they didn't like the music. So they went to the DJ and they said, can you please play something else? And he said, don't worry, I have the perfect song for you. And then what happened? 2 minutes later, Lisbeth, could you keep reading? And here.
2 minutes later, he said, the next song is the scouting for here, and is called Blue Has Your Eyes, and is for a beautiful girl. Was dancing over there. Hannah know that the song was for her. Maybe
Maybe.
after
is
that,
significant? After that, it could be. Could be.
Hannah and her friends
Left the club.
the club, pardon, I'm sorry, and the DJ was waiting for her at the door. Hi, I am James. I say to Hannah, can I say you again? So Hannah gave him her phone number. Ahí sí no sé. Bueno,
Okay, I see, no sé. Okay, so what happened? They met, right? So what was the name of the song? That she knew it was for her. How did
the
they
song is Blue Has Your Eyes.
Blue Has Your Eyes, right? So it was kind of a really nice song. And maybe she felt that it was, I mean, it was for her, right? She felt like she felt really, really good. Hannah knew that the song was for her. After that, Hannah and her friends left the club. Se fueron. The DJ was waiting for her at the door. So the guy who played the song was at the door. And he said, hi, I'm Jamie. Can I see you again? So what does it mean? Did they like her? Yes or no? What do you think? If someone asks you, can I see you again? And then she gave him her phone number. So if you give your phone number to someone, it means that you like him, right? And she might have liked him too. So what could go next? Can we try to complete the story with the time sequencers? This is where we are, right? So according to this, the first one was already done, right? Number 2 could be after that, they left, right? Se fueron. And then when she gave him her phone number, what happened then? On number 3, what do you think? What could go next?
Next day.
What was the other one? Next day, might be, yes, might be. Okay, so what could it be next? Next day, Fausto, can you keep reading?
Next day, Jane found Hannah and invited her to dinner. He took her to a very romantic French restaurant, and they talked all evening.
Or evening, yes.
Also,
The food?
although the food wasn't very good, they had a wonderful time.
Time. Excellent. So since it means that he really liked her, right? Because next day he was phoning her. He was like calling her. And then he invited her to dinner and they went to a very nice place. Even though the food was not good, right? They didn't like the food, but they had a really nice time. So what could be on number 4? Wait, I'm sorry. What about number 3? Fausto, can you type next day, maybe, so we can have like the whole story? We can add the different actions like with the time sequencers. What about number 4? Anyone? Mercy, Charlene, Jose.
Good evening, teacher. And
Hi.
everyone present. Teacher, can
Yes.
you help me with the link of the activity
Oh, the
class?
link. Okay, of course. Yes. That's Anita. Okay, let me see. Of course, let me share the link again. Okay. We are working a story. We're working on a story. We're trying to complete the story with these time sequencers. So time sequencers are just words that can help us to organize the different actions, the different sections of the story. So it could be clear and it could be easy to understand. So then we are reading the story about Hannah and Jamie and their romantic and how did they met in the summer of 2010. This is where we are. If you just joined, this is what we're doing right now. So what about number 4?
Suddenly.
Might be. Can you keep reading? Suddenly, Jamie and Hannah saw each other every day. Suddenly es como decir, y de pronto, y de repente. So,
Suddenly, Jamie and Hannah saw each other every day. Every evening, when Hannah finished work, they met and fight trees in a coffee bar in the high street. They were madly in love.
okay. Do you think it's really suddenly? So, what do you, can you repeat again? Okay. Okay, so we were on number 4, right? Jamie and Hannah saw each other every day. Should it be like suddenly? Is there any other option? What do you think? Because suddenly is like something that it might happen like all of a sudden, like de pronto, como algo que. But this is not really something that happened like all of a sudden, right? Can we keep reading? Let's keep reading. So we might find another word that it might suit best that section. Andres, Alfredo, I'm sorry. Welcome back. Really nice to see you. We are reading the story and we're trying to complete the story with these time sequencers. So would you like to read number 5, section number 5?
When Hannah
Uh-huh.
was at work, as usual, she was going to meet Jamie at 5:30. It was dark and it was raining. She looked at her watch. It was 5:20. She was going to be late. She ran to her car and got in. At 5:25, she was driving along the high street.
Okay, you know what? Let me try to move the picture. I usually move the picture a little bit like this because the last paragraph may be difficult to read. Okay. So she left work. So when Hannah left work, as usual, she was going to meet Jamie at 5:30. It was dark and raining. She looked at her watch and it was 5:20, so she was late already. She ran to her car and got in. At 5:25, she was driving along the high street. And then what happened? Let me see. Do I have somebody else? Charlene, can you read the last section of the story? Here.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
He was going very fast because he was in a hurry. Nightfall is I thought it's suddenly.
And here it could be suddenly.
Yeah.
She was going very fast. She was driving like this because she was late. So it was 5:25 and she was supposed to be there at 5:30 to meet him. So she was like driving really fast because she was in a hurry. Suddenly, a man ran across the road. Es como que it was an accident, right? He was just crossing the street, but she didn't know there was someone crossing by. So he was wearing a dark coat. Hannah did not see him at first. Quickly, she put her foot on the brake. So she tried to stop. But this happened very suddenly, right? All of a sudden, she didn't know that there was someone crossing by. And you know what? Let me stop sharing this and let me go back to Moodle and let me show you how the story goes. I mean, the audio of the story, because this, it might be easier to understand. So if we go back to Moodle, this is where we are. Hi, Sonia. Welcome back. This is Unit 2C. It's already open for you. So this is what we are doing now. This is Unit 2C. It's called One Dark October Evening. And this is about the story of Jamie and Hannah. So if we look at this is the first quiz, right? Let me see if we have the audio here. I think we have the audio. So you know what? Let's listen to the story. If you take a look, these are the time sequencers. Next day, when, after that, one evening in October, 2 minutes later, and suddenly. And this is how the story goes, and these are the missing gaps.
1.45. Hannah met Jamie in the summer of 2010. It was Hannah's 21st birthday, and she and her friends went to a club. They wanted to dance, but they didn't like the music, so Hannah went to speak to the DJ.
This music is awful,
She said.
Could you play something else?
The DJ looked at her and said,
Don't worry, I have the perfect song for you.
2 minutes later, he said,
The next song is by Scouting for Girls. It's called Blue as Your Eyes, and it's for a beautiful girl who's dancing over there.
Hannah knew that the song was for her. When Hannah and her friends left the club, the DJ was waiting for her at the door.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
He said to Hannah.
Can I see you again?
So Hannah gave him her phone number. Next day, Jamie phoned Hannah and invited her to dinner. He took her to a very romantic French restaurant, and they talked all evening.
Yeah, but you were throwing some amazing shapes though. I mean, I just couldn't stop looking at you.
Although the food wasn't very good, they had a wonderful time. After that, Jamie and Hannah saw each other every day. Every evening when Hannah finished work, they met at 5:30 in a coffee bar in the high street. They were madly in love. One evening in October, Hannah was at work. As usual, she was going to meet Jamie at 5:30. It was dark and it was raining. She looked at her watch. It was 5:20. She was going to be late. She ran to her car and got in. At 5:25, she was driving along the high street. She was going very fast because she was in a hurry. Suddenly, a man ran across the road. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him at first. Quickly, she put her foot on the brake.
So what could be the end of the story? What happened? Why did she put her foot on the brake? This is the end of the story, but they don't tell you really what happened, right? So can you guess what happened? What do you think, Maria Luisa? She was driving very fast and she didn't see a guy that was crossing by because the guy was wearing a dark coat. So it was really dark and she tried to stop, but he was wearing a really dark coat. So Hannah did not see him at first. So how the story finishes?
In the finish is Sundari?
Suddenly.
That's the last one. Suddenly, right? A man ran across the road. But how the story ends? Or what could be the ending of the story? On the slide, I didn't show you like the whole story, right? That's why it was kind of difficult to understand and to place all the different connectors on the missing gaps. But in here, they have the audio, right? So we can listen to the story and we can try to find the different time sequencers in each of the paragraphs. But what could be the end of the story? Maria Jose, what do you think? What happened at the end?
2 minutes later is number 1.
Yeah, that's number 1, but I'm asking about the end of the story. About this section. She put her foot on the brake and then...
Maybe she ran over him.
Okay, and who was the guy?
Maybe Jamie.
Maybe Jamie, right? it's something that they don't tell you, right? Who was the guy? And why did she try to react and try to put her foot on the brake? Because she realized that she was about to kill him, right? Because she was driving fast. So it might have been Jamie, it might have been someone else. We don't know, right? But that's how the story, I mean, that might be the ending of the story. That might be a sad ending, right? Is it sad? If it was Jamie, it could be sad. If it wasn't Jamie, well, it might be somebody else, right? But anyway, it's kind of a sad ending. So what was the first one? When they met and he said, don't worry, I have the perfect song for you.
2 minutes later.
It was right after that, right? That he played the song and then he approached her, right, at the door, and she gave him her phone number, right? So what happened in this section of the story? Hannah knew that the song was for her.
When?
When they left, when she and her friends left the club, you see, oh, my mouse is sometimes it's not, it doesn't help. Let me see. When Anna and her friends left the club, okay, and then she gave him her phone number, and then next day, so it was right next day, right? He was in love with her. He liked her. So next day, he already called her and he invited her to dinner, right? And then
After that,
let me see. Let me grab after that. We have to grab it from here. I don't know, it doesn't move. Let me see. I don't know why is it sometimes difficult to grab this. It should move. Let me see. I think my mouse is not working fine. But can you try? Can you try to do it on your computer? So in here is after that, right? After that, let me write it down. After that, Jamie and Hannah saw each other and then they were in love. And then
One evening in October.
One evening in October. So they're like telling the story, right? One evening in October, Hannah left work and then she was late. And then she didn't know that there was someone. And then suddenly, a man ran across the road and she tried to push on the brakes to stop, right? We don't know if the guy was Jamie or not, but that is the end of the story. So can you try now? Let me see. Oh, everybody try it. Okay, good. Okay, I'm really glad. Andres, okay, and this is Alexander, Charlene, Sonia, good, Marjorie, that's Sabrina, Alexander, Jose Enrique, Yvette, Lisbeth, and Mercy is trying now. So if you have not tried the quiz yet, this is the first quiz, okay? Let's go back, and this is unit 2C, right? And this is about time sequencers, and we're like trying to use words called time connectors or time sequencers just to describe like the different actions happening in a story. So what about this? This is 1C. And again, we have like these connectors. So this is about the story. And we have three different options. Because, so, and although. Although might be used kind of a word that it might in a sequence of different ideas, although is something that it means like when you're it means like it could be something like sin embargo, a pesar de. It's like something to contrast two different ideas. But you know what? Let's try. So this is from the story, right? So it might be, we might have three different options. Let's read the first one and let's try to, within the context, try to choose either because, so, or although. Okay, Charlene, can you read the first one?
Okay, she was going very fast because she was in a hurry.
So because is a word used to explain the purpose, right? So why she was in a hurry? I mean, why she was driving very fast? Because she was in a hurry, right? That's the reason, right? So that might be how because is used. Just to explain the reason why. What about number two? ¿Quién me ayuda? Sabrina, can you read? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that was Alexander. Can you read it?
Antur.
Although,
the food wasn't very good, they had wonderful time.
Although the food was not very good, they didn't even care about the food. They were in love, right? So they didn't even eat the food maybe because they wanted to have a wonderful time to spend time together, right? What about number three? Maria Luisa, can you read number three?
He was wearing the coat, so Hannah didn't see him first.
At first. So since he was wearing a dark coat and it was at night, it was dark already, she didn't see him at first. Okay, that's why she could not look at him. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah did not see him. And that's it. This is like practice number 2 about time sequencers. Okay, good. Let's keep moving. So that is the second quiz, I believe, right? So we did 1A and 1C. Now, if we go to the grammar section, let's look at this. So this is another story. Look at this. There's no audio to the story. Okay, we cannot listen to the story, but we have like the different sequences of events, not in order. So we should order the different statements so we can describe a logic story. So we can give it a logic. What happened first, and then, and after, later, suddenly, finally. So what was the first action? We can read them. Sonia, can you read them? Please.
One day in the 2011.
Okay. Okay. So you think that's number 1? Good. One day, can you read the whole idea?
Next day.
So this is first, right? Can you read it, Sonia? Like the whole statement? Like all this?
Then another.
I'm sorry. One day in 2011, I was standing in the queue for the bus. So
Teacher.
you're waiting, yes. And then
what is queue?
a queue is like when you are waiting, when you are about to pay something and you have to make a line. So the queue is like the line you do. I mean, you're standing behind someone and there's somebody else behind you, and there's like it's called a queue or a line. In British English, they call it queue. In American English, they just call it line. Hacer la fila somehow.
Okay.
So she was waiting in the queue, standing for the bus, right? It's not like in Guayaquil that people stand anywhere, right? In other countries, you have to make a line if you want to get into the bus. And then what happened later? That's the first sequence. Sabrina, what do you think? What could be number 2? He told me he was a policeman and they were looking for a thief. Then another man tried to do the same. Next day, I read a story in a newspaper.
Number 2 is
Uh-huh.
suddenly a man ran in front of me and got on the bus.
Okay. Suddenly, a man ran in front of me and got on the... So she was waiting and suddenly someone came and just like got in the bus. And according to you, this is number 2, right? What about number 3?
After that, a police car come and
No, when the second, when
Uh-huh.
when the second man went in front of me, I told him to go and stand in the queue for a bus.
Uh-huh.
The queue for a bus.
Where is it? For the bus. Suddenly.
Number 3.
When the second.
Another man tried to do the same.
Uh-huh. So she was doing the line, right? And then someone came and they just got into the bus. And then somebody else tried to do the same. So there was not only one guy, but there was another person that they didn't wait for they didn't make the queue, the line. They were just like, they got into the bus without making the queue, doing the line, right? And what happened later? Who were these 2 guys?
A few seconds later,
A few seconds later, but there's something happened to the second guy. So she was standing, somebody came, and then somebody else tried to do the same. But then when the second man was stepping in front of her, what did she say? Hey, go. You have to do the line, right? That's what you usually tell people when they don't wait for their turn, right? And they just step behind you, in front of you, and they don't want to wait. So what did she say to the guy? What was really happening? Why did they wanted to step into the bus? These 2 guys.
he told me he was a policeman. The first sentence.
The first sentence.
He told me
he was a policeman and they were looking for a thief, right? But is that number 4 or number 5?
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 when the second. When the second man.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4.
When the second man went in front of her, she told me, hey, go and you have to do the line, right? She told him to go and stand in the queue for the bus. They have to wait, right? But then what happened? Who was the guy?
He told me he was a policeman.
Mm-hmm.
Number
So
5.
he wasn't just no one. In fact, he was a policeman and they were looking for a thief,
For the
right?
thief.
And then what happened later?
A few seconds later, the first policeman got off the bus with a man.
So they finally caught the guy, right? The thief. And then once they
After that,
the police car came and took the man away.
Took the man away to the police station. And then finally, next day,
I read the story in a newspaper.
So this is how the story goes, right? She was standing, somebody came, then another guy came, and she said, hey, wait, right? You have to go and do the line. But he said, okay, I'm not really, I'm really a citizen. I'm a policeman and we're trying to catch a thief, right? And then they told her that they were policemen, and then a few moments later, they were able to catch the thief, and then they took him they took the guy, the thief, and in the police car, and they took him to the police station. And then finally, next day, she read the story on the newspaper, right? So she was actually in the middle of a policeman trying to catch thieves, right? And that's how the story finishes. That's the end of the story. Good. Okay, good. Good. So this is quiz. This is the first grammar quiz, and this is called grammar 1A. If we go back to unit 2C, I think this should be the third quiz, right? And here, grammar bank 1A. Let me see how did you do. Sonia, Alexander. Okay. Jose Enrique, Charlene, good. Lisbeth, Daniela. Okay, so everybody else is right? Fausto, Grace, Anita, Dana, and Mercy. Okay, so this is the first grammar section quiz. Let me see. Let me show you something else. And that is, I didn't show you this. I'm sorry. This is actually one picture, and this is about the story about Hannah and Jamie. So this is when they met, right? When they were at a club, and this is when she gave him her phone number 2, and then when they went to have a dinner, and then this is the moment when she was about to take the car and she was going late. And this is when it was driving, and she was driving and it was dark, and this is when she was about to kill someone, right in the middle of the street. But we don't know if it was Jamie or not. So that's kind of how the story goes, but in pictures, right? And this is the grammar. This is actually the first grammar quiz, and this is about the policeman and the lady and the thieves. But there's another one. This is grammar bank 1B. And again, we wanna have to try to complete these different statements with so, because, but, or although. So what do you think? Can you help me? Let me see. So I'm going to assign each of you one of the statements. So the first one, Dana. So Dana's going to help me on number 1. Okay. So this is Dana's. So Dana will do the first one. And then make the fonts. Okay. Number 2, Daniela. The first one was Dana, and this is Daniela. Number 2. Okay, and then Fausto is gonna help me on number 3. So this one is for Fausto. Okay, number 3. Number 4. Let me see. Maria Jose. Number 4. See. Maria O. Okay, and Angie is gonna help me on number 5. So this one is for Angie. Angie. Wait. So number 5 is Angie. Number 4 is Maria. right? Maria Orala, Dana will do number 1, and Daniela number 2, Fausto
Miss,
number
number
3.
4, María Moreno or María José?
Oh, Maria Jose, Maria Jose. I'm sorry, Maria
Yeah,
Luisa. I'll give
Miss,
you number 6. Yes.
Miss, tuve un problema, no tengo energía y no me estoy
Oh,
conectada desde mi celular, se me fue la
okay.
luz.
Ok, no se preocupe, María Luisa, no se preocupe.
Yo voy a estar escuchando, pero no voy a
Okay.
poder hacer ningún
I
trabajo
know,
porque
I
estoy en mi
know.
celular.
Okay, don't worry. So I'm gonna ask number 6, Alfredo. Okay, Alfredo. So Alfredo is gonna help me. Number 3 and Grace. I mean number 6, number 7, Grace. So Grace, can you help me on number 7? Grace Paredes, Grace P. And number 8, Anthony. Number 8 is gonna be done by Anthony. So Anthony. And number 9, I have one more for Noelia. Number 9. Is Noelia there? Noelia. Wait. Noelia. Okay. There you go. We have, so everyone should be working on one of this. 1, Dana, 2, Daniela, 3, Fausto, 4, Maria Orrala, 5, Angie, 6, Alfredo, 7, Grace. Let me see, Grace, 8, Anthony, and 9, Noelia. Okay. Danita, can you read the first one?
Okay. I'm number 9.
Yes, you're number 9. And Andres is number, oh no, I mean, Anthony, number 8. Dan, I'm sorry. Can you read?
Okay. Although it was very cold, she wasn't wearing a coat.
Okay, good. Okay, so although it was very cold, she was not wearing a coat. Okay, so this is like, although it's kind of a word that it's used to contrast different ideas, right? Even though it should, I mean, she should have been wearing a coat since it was cold, she wasn't, right? So that's why they're using the word although. What about number 2? Daniela.
I woke up in the night because there was a noise.
Good. So she woke up because there was a noise. So that might be the reason, right? So the word because explains a reason why she woke up in the middle of the night. Good. Number 3, Fausto.
I called him, but his mobile was turned off.
Excellent. Okay, excellent, excellent, Fausto. I called him, but his mobile was off, so he could not answer. Good. Angie, oh no, I'm sorry, Maria Jose.
Although she's very nice, she doesn't have many friends.
Good. Even though or although, it's like somehow the same. She's very nice. She doesn't have many friends. Good. Angie, number 5.
There was nothing on TV, so I went to bed.
Okay. Good. Number 6, Alfredo.
All the coffees were full because it was a public holiday.
Excellent. Because it was a public holiday, everything was closed. So that the word because that it explains the reason why it was closed. What about number 7, Grace?
Number 7.
She
wanted to
be.
She wanted to be a doctor, but she failed her exams.
She failed. What does it mean she failed her exam? What does it mean to fail? This word.
Falló los exámenes.
Like she didn't pass, right? Even though, let me see, she wanted to be a doctor, but she did not approve, right? She failed her exams. So that's the meaning of failing. She did not pass her exams. Okay, good. So we need the word but in here, right? And what about number 8, Anthony? Thank you, Grace. Number 8, Anthony.
The garden looked very, very beautiful, so I took a photograph.
So I took a picture. Good. And Noelia, number 9.
Also the team played well, they didn't win.
Okay, good. Okay, even though they played fine, they could not win. Good. That's it. So that was Grammar Bank 1A and 1B. So let me go back. Let me see. Let me close this. Let me stop sharing my screen so we can go back to Moodle time. Let me see. Where is it? Moodle. It should be, and this is unit 2C, right? This is where we are. Okay. So this is 2C, and that was quiz number. Let me see. That was the first grammar section. That was grammar A, 1A and 1B, right? This is the one we did about the story about the thieves, right? The sentences in the right order. So this is done too. Okay. There's something I could not show you, and it's actually this. So if this is the story, right? This is the story in pictures, right? There are 2 different endings to the story. Okay, so let's listen to the 2 different endings. And let's see which one could be a sad or a happy ending.
1.50. Happy ending. Suddenly, a man ran across the road. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him at first. Quickly, she put her foot on the brake. She stopped just in time. She got out of her car and shouted at the man.
Don't you should look before you cross the road. I nearly hit you. I didn't see you until the last moment.
Sorry. Hey, Hannah, it's me. It's Jamie.
Jamie, what are you doing here? I nearly killed you.
I was buying something. I was in a hurry and I crossed the road without looking.
Come on, get in.
Hannah and Jamie drove to the coffee bar. They sat down in their usual seats and ordered 2 cups of coffee.
Here you are. 2 cappuccinos.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What an evening. I nearly killed you.
Well, you didn't kill me. So, what's the problem?
But what were you doing in the high street? I thought you were here, in the cafe, waiting for me.
I went to the theatre to buy these tickets for the Scouting for Girls concert. I know you wanted to go.
Oh.
And it's on the 15th of October, next Saturday, our anniversary.
Our anniversary?
Yes. 3 months since we first met. We met on Saturday, the 15th of July. Remember?
Oh, gosh, Jamie. I can't believe you remember the exact day. What a romantic. It's lucky I didn't hit you in the street.
Okay, that was the happy ending, but this is the sad ending.
1.51. Sad ending. Suddenly, a man ran across the road. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him at first. Quickly, she put her foot on the brake. Although Hannah tried to stop, she couldn't. She hit the man. Hannah panicked. She drove away as fast as she could. When she arrived at the coffee bar, Jamie wasn't there. She called him, but his mobile phone was turned off. She waited for 10 minutes, and then she went home. 2 hours later, a car arrived at Hannah's house. A policewoman knocked at the door.
Good evening, madam. Are you Hannah Davis?
Yes, I am.
I'd like to speak to you. Can I come in?
The policewoman came in and sat down on the sofa.
Are you a friend of Jamie Dixon?
Yes,
said Hannah.
Well, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
What? What's happened?
Jamie had an accident this evening.
Oh, no. What kind of accident?
He was crossing the road and a car hit him.
When did this happen? And where?
This evening at 5:25. He was crossing the road in the high street by the theatre.
Oh, no. How is he?
He's in hospital. He's got a bad injury to his head and 2 broken legs.
But is he going to be okay?
We don't know. He's in intensive care.
Oh, no. And the driver of the car?
She didn't stop.
She?
Yes, it was a woman in a white car. Somebody saw the number of the car. You have a white car outside, don't you, madam? Is your number plate XYZ 348S?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Can you tell me where you were at 5:25 this evening?
Okay. So what happened on the sad ending? What do you think? How the story ends? In the happy or the sad ending? What do you like more? Which one? I think the sad ending was really something that I did not expect, but it might have happened, right? Okay, and this is something that we couldn't do too, but this is not from the story. This is like about stress syllables in words. Again, every word has an accent, right? One of the syllables might have a stronger accent than the others. So we have these different words. Alexander, can you read them? Let's guess.
Choose the stress syllables in words from the story. Across.
So where do you think is like the accent is more, I mean, the stress is stronger? Across. Is it across or across?
Across.
Across, right? So is it on the first or second?
Second.
Second, right? Across. Good. Dana, number 2. Can you read the word? Thank you, Alexander.
After.
After. Is it after or after? Not right. After. So is it on the first or second?
First.
First, right? Good. Good. Daniela. Next. Next word. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me use this.
Because.
This is the word. Again. Is it again or again? Is it on the first or second syllable?
Again.
So is
Second.
it second, right? Good. What about Fausto? What about this? Along. Is it on the first or second one? Or second syllable?
Along.
Uh-huh. Along.
Along.
First or second? What do you think? Along.
Along.
So is it
Along.
on the first or second syllable?
Along.
Second one, right? Along. Okay, good.
Second.
Good, good. Angie, what about this one? Awful. First or second? Awful. Can you repeat? Can you say it? Uh-huh. This one. Awful. Second.
The first word?
The first syllable, right? Awful.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Good. Don't worry. Alfredo, next one. Because.
Because. Cause.
Right. Second one, right?
The
Because.
second.
Good. Grace. Birthday. Birthday. Excellent, Grace. Birthday, right? Birthday, right? On the first one. Good, good. Sabrina, next. Evening. Is it on the first or second? Evening. Have a good evening. Is it evening? No, right? So that's actually on the first one, right? Good. Evening, right? What about Sonia? What about this one? Invite. Invite. Second one, right? What about Angie? Perfect. Perfect. Is it on the first or second?
The second.
Perfect. Nosotros decimos perfecto, right? But in English it's perfect. Oh, that's perfect.
The first.
Oh, so the first one, right? Okay, good, good. What about this one? Second. Anita, what do you think? Second. On the first one, right? Good. That's it. That's what you have to do. I mean, you don't have to write or type or make a sentence. Just to listen to yourself, repeat the word, and think of where is the stressed syllable on the word. Is it on the first or the second word? So this is Dana's. Maybe I think she's trying again, right? Again, again. So it's on the second one. Because. It's not because. Because, right? It's not perfect, like in Spanish. It's perfect. So it's actually on the first one. And if it's second, it's second, right? So it's on the first one. Second, it's not second, right? No sería second. So, I mean, the only way to really think of where it is just by repeating the word, just saying the word. It takes practice, of course, because every word is pronounced differently, but this is just one additional practice. And now, let me see, there's something that I think I didn't show you. Are we missing anything from here? Let me see. Oh, this one. But you know what? Number 3, the vocabulary section, I have that on my slides. So let me show you my slides. I think it could be better in here. Let me see. I'll show you now. If we go back to the class slides, right? This is where we are, right? We did the grammar section, and this is called vocabulary, right? This is the vocabulary section. And here, they give you some verbs and some phrases. So usually we use different verbs to make up phrases. So we have these verbs, the verb invite, have, drive, meet, give, take, wait, be, play, leave, or run. And the rest of the sentence, I mean, the rest of the the phrase might be along the street, somebody, your email or number, right? And let me see, next one might be across the road, a son, in a hurry, in a coffee bar, for somebody, the club, somebody to dinner, somebody to a restaurant, or a wonderful time. And here, you choose one. No les voy a decir aquí quién va a ser cuál. It's up to you. You choose one verb and you match the verb with the phrase. With the second. So this is the verb, number 1 and number 2. So how can you match this first verse with this second section of the phrase? So have. You can have what? Thank you, Dana. If you play, you usually play a song, right? Good. Thank you, Dana. Usually you meet who? You meet a person, right? Yes.
Can you share the link, please?
Oh, the link. Okay. Okay, I'll share the link again. Okay, let me see. I'll share the link again. There you go. Okay, you're welcome. Usually, let me see, you can have, this is something I did myself. We can make it bigger. If you need more space on the lines, I drew the lines for you to write on the lines, so it might be easier to organize the different sentences and to keep them like in the right order, right? So what about invite? So what do you usually invite? You invite something or you invite someone? Play a song. That was Dana. What about have? Can you write your names? Don't forget your names.
Miss, my sentences is correct or not?
Let me see, which one is yours? You wait a wonderful time? Not really. Usually you have a wonderful time. But wait, what do you usually wait for? Usually you can wait for in a hurry, across the road, you can, a song is done, right? Play a song, esa ya está. Leave, usually you can leave the club very late. Good, good, Alfredo. You leave the club very late. You meet somebody to dinner. Is it okay? What do you think? Is there any other options, Charlene? Usually you meet in a place. We can meet at the university. We can meet at the restaurant. We can meet in a bar, right? We can meet in an office. We can meet in a classroom. We can meet, so if we're talking about a place, It's not really somebody to dinner. Usually you invite somebody to dinner.
But somebody take the sentence and somebody to the restaurant. So
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you wait in a coffee bar, that is fine. Take somebody to a restaurant. You are in a hurry, you have a wonderful time. That one is fine. Let me see. You meet in a coffee bar, usually. You might meet in a bar or a coffee bar. So in here, now you can complete it. And here. You might wait in a coffee bar or you might wait where? Let me see. What about drive? We're missing the verb drive. Have along the high street. I think this is not right. Have, it was used already. Have, it was have a wonderful time. So in here is not have. There's something else. Along the street. In the story, there was someone running along the street and it was dark and Hannah could not see this person because it was dark and he was running along the high street, right? So that might be driving, driving along the road. Yeah, she was driving along the road. And running, you might run. So if drive is along the street, what about run? We can use run with across the road, right? He was running across the road and she did not see him. So that might be run. It makes sense. Leave the club. Leave the club very late. That was done, right? What about invite? Did we do the invite? Did we use the word invite? Have a wonderful. He loves to go for a run in the morning. Loves, but loves is not here. The verb loves. This is not even in here. We have to use these verbs. We're using only the ones in here. And we don't have the verb love in here, right? Love is not here. We should use only these verbs. So what about have? Have a wonderful time. That is done, right? Drive along the road. That is done. Meet. You can usually meet where? Charlene, I think that was yours. You can meet in a coffee bar.
But somebody complete with the word.
Which one? Where? Where is it in a coffee bar? Where?
Up.
Oh. Have a wonderful time, Alexander. This is fine. Run across the road. Okay. Play a song is fine. Leave the club very late, Alfredo. That's fine. Meet in a coffee bar. Oh, okay. Because I don't see the coffee bar anywhere else. You meet in a coffee bar. What about give? You can give your email or phone number. Like Hannah when she did it, when she gave it to Jamie, right? What about take? You might take somebody to a restaurant. No, it's not really take somebody to a restaurant. Usually it's take someone to dinner. Because she took her to a really nice restaurant, right? You can take somebody to dinner. Oh, let's It might be. It might be. Take somebody to a restaurant. It might be. What about wait? Usually you wait for someone, right? Have you used the verb wait? Wait. I don't, oh, wait. Wait along the high street. Is there any other options for waiting? Wait.
Across the road.
Wait across the road. Usually you wait for someone. Nosotros en español decimos estoy esperando a mi amiga, estoy esperando a, espero a Juan, no sé, any name. En inglés siempre se utiliza, no se utiliza wait, it's not the same, right? It should be wait for. Siempre se espera, you wait for something to happen or you wait for someone.
For somebody.
So usually it could be wait for somebody. What about be? When Hannah said, according to the story, she was in a hurry, right? So you are in a hurry. If this is past tense, she was in a hurry, right? Estaba apurada. She was in a hurry. What about play? Play a song. That was done for Dana, not by Dana. Okay, Dana. Leave. You can leave the club very late. Okay, that was done by Alfred, right? They left the club very late. And you can usually run across the road. Be in a hurry, take somebody to a restaurant, have a wonderful time, give email or phone number. Okay, so I think we checked all of them, right? Are we missing any of them? Nos falta uno. I think we're not missing any verb, right? Now, we go back here. Okay. That will be quiz number 3A, right? And this is the vocabulary section. And that will be, this will be main phrases with a verb. So, and here we have again the same verbs. Be, leave, play, take, meet, give, drive, wait, have, or run. Okay, and I know that you can try it now. We can try it now. We were able to complete all of them, right? Alexander, good. Dana. Okay, Dana, can you read all of the different phrases with the verbs, please?
Have a wonderful evening. Drive along the high street, also in a hurry. Meet in a coffee bar. Give somebody your email address and phone number. Take somebody to a restaurant. Wait for somebody also in a coffee bar. Be in a hurry. Play a song. Leave.
Which one?
Leave the club very late. Also hurry and run across the road. Also along the high street.
According to the story, they said someone was running across the road. So we could say across the road. You might run across the road or you might run also along the high street. Es decir, que habían dos opciones que eran válidas. Se podía decir run across the road or run along the high street. Porque usted puede correr en una carretera o puede correr sobre una calle. Entonces, ambas eran válidas. Drive también, usted puede manejar en una calle o puede manejar apurado. Entonces, había más de una opción. O sea, it was fine. Podía estar bien gramaticalmente. Okay, so that was vocabulary section. I think we're not missing anything from here, right? Let me see if we're missing something. I think we're not. I think we weighed all of them. We could do this. There's something I wanted you to do for me. This is like additional resources for you if you want to check this about time sequencers. When, how do you use when or first or second? So first you got dressed, then you have coffee, then later you might get dressed, and then finally you're ready to leave the house. So this is how first and second might be used when you are sequencing different actions. After that, or just after, then es como cuando nosotros decimos entonces o luego, right? So this is a word. It might be used to sequence different actions. Suddenly, como de repente, all of a sudden, y de pronto, on a story, right? You want to emphasize that something happened. It was like very surprising, right? You didn't expect this to happen. Suddenly, he was running across the road and she was driving and he got almost killed. Later, 2 minutes later, okay, but this is something that it might just remain words if we don't use the words, right? Solamente se quedan en palabras, right? So some of them might be used to sequence, others might emphasize a cause and effect, or they might be used to compare two different actions or characters or people. We might add, if you want to add an idea, we might say, and also do to furthermore, as well as. If we want to contrast two different ideas, this is where we can use though, although instead of, while. And if you want to emphasize something, especially indeed, above, in particular, if you want to qualify something, if you want to illustrate something, so these are the different ways we can use these words. But again, these are just words, right? ¿Qué hacemos con las palabras si solamente son palabras, right? I want you to do something for me now. Let me see. I got something for you. And it's actually this. Okay, let me show you. So on the slides, I have like additional practice. So let's do it. Oh, that is no longer available. Let me see if I have the second one. Yay. Okay, let me see. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay, let me share this is the link. So you can join too. And this is another story. Okay, let's try. What about this? So we have first, finally, after, while, then, eventually, when, last summer, the next day, now, 2 minutes later, and suddenly. Okay, let's see. Dana, how could you start?
First.
First. Okay. Can you keep reading first? Can you read like the whole statement? First.
I decided to travel to Peru.
Okay, so that's the first one. First, I decided to travel to Peru. Then, Daniela, what could go next? I flew to Lima.
When
I flew to Lima and traveled to, okay, might be. Are you sure? You know what, let's keep reading. Then we might change something. Can you keep reading? When
I flew to Lima and
and
eventually traveled to a town near Machu Picchu to spend the night.
Okay. Fausto, what do you think? Oh, thank you, Daniela. Okay, Fausto. What
Okay.
about next one? I climbed the mountain to visit. So what could be the next word? What do you think?
Why? Why I climbed the mountain?
When? While.
Why?
Okay. And then? Well, I climbed the mountain to visit the monument. What could go next? Yvette, what do you think? Mercy. So she's telling the story about her travel to Peru, right? So, and she's like sequencing the different events during the time she was staying in Peru, right? So at the very beginning, is first finding here. Do we have any other choices instead of first?
Last summer.
Could be last summer.
I decided.
To travel to Peru. So instead of when, what could it be? Instead of saying when.
First.
First. First, I flew to Lima. And then Machu Picchu to spend the night. So do we have any other choices in here?
The next day.
Instead of while. The next day, I climbed the mountain to visit the monument. Any other words?
When I reached the top.
When I reached the top,
I was very tired.
Any other words?
While
I was resting. Well, I was resting.
Suddenly
I saw a woman
who lived in the same city.
Who live in the same city. Any other ideas?
After talking.
After
2
talking.
minutes later.
2 minutes later.
Okay, might be 2 minutes later. She
came over to speak
to me, and
it was just a surprise, as it was after talking for a long time.
After talking for a long time, we
Eventually.
we eventually any other idea?
Finally.
Alexander?
Finally.
We finally we eventually decided to travel together. Finally, that's the end of the story, right?
No.
And now we have a beautiful daughter named Hannah. So this is another story, right? So let's see. I don't know if it's fine. We were just trying to see, it was fine. Okay. So this is how these time sequencers can help us to like connect the different ideas into some logical story that it makes sense, right? Now, I wanted to show you this. How can we tell this story? If we want to, if we would like to use like time connectors, how can we use them to sequence the different events in the story? So what happens first? Alfredo, would you like to start? We're not writing anything, just orally. What if they give you pictures? What if they give you pictures and they start telling you? Can you please tell me the story? Okay, let's try.
First, first, they have a party, a birthday. We
Celebrate.
A ver, yeah.
First,
it was a Jake's birthday party with their parents and friends.
Excellent. Which other words can we use to describe the next event? The next picture.
The next is open the present.
Okay. But which word did you use? So we had first, they were celebrating Jack's birthday. I think he said Jack's, right? Alfredo, I don't know if you said Jack or what was the name of the boy? We can give it a name. We can name the boy. Daniel, I don't know. Alberto. It was Alberto's birthday. So this is what happened first, right? And then which other words can we use? First. You know what? I don't know why I am doing this. And we can add a text like this. And number 2. So which other words can we use on number 2?
Next.
Next. Next. What are they doing?
The parents give the parents for happy birthday.
For his birthday. What they gave him a present, right?
They opened the gift.
They wanted to open the present. They were all looking at the box like, oh, what is it? What is it? But they didn't know what was inside the box, right? What about number 3?
Then they played music because the happy birthday.
So then they opened the present and it was how do you call this? How do you call this musical instrument?
They played music.
They opened the present. And what was inside the present? How do you call this?
Battery instrument.
It's not really battery. There's another word. I'll show you how do they call this. They usually in English this is called the drums. So this is called drums. Let me see how I can. So they opened the present and it was drums, right? And they wanted, they were all playing the drums to celebrate the boy. What about number 4? Which other words can we use here? Any other words? We use first, then, next. What about number 4?
After that.
Excellent.
He play the battery.
He played the drums.
All the time.
All the time. Okay. And then what about the last picture? This last picture.
Now.
Now.
Maybe.
Okay. It could be now. Any other words instead of now? ¿Qué más podríamos decir? Nowadays or now.
Finally.
Finally. Finally. Finally. What about their parents? Finally.
His parents hate the gift.
His parents hated the gift, right? The present. The present, why? Why did he hate it? Why did they hate it, the present, the drums? Because, right? Because what?
They can't stand the sound.
They can't stand the sound, right? Because why? Because it is
His parents were into music.
They were not into music, so they did not like the music. Finally, his parents hated the present because it was too loud. It could be loud, or there's another word that it might be noisy. And that might be the end of the story, right? So this is how we can use words to describe these time sequencers to describe the story, okay? So now if we stop sharing this, that should be the end of unit 2C, I believe that I don't have anything else. I think I had another picture, but no, I don't have any other pictures for now. So now, you know what, since it's 12, it's 8 p.m., we might have a break now, right? Okay. So now I would like to welcome you to a new chapter, and this is, okay, Maria Luisa is coming back, and that will be unit number 3. So finally, we have been able to move on to unit number 3. And unit number 3, very interesting. Now that we recently had vacations, it will be not really about vacation itself, but about when was the last time you were at an airport? Think of this, try to remember. When was the last time you went to Jose Joaquin de Olmedo's International Airport? And why did you go to the airport? So these are my 2 questions to you. When was the last time you were at the airport? And was it to travel somewhere, where, or to meet someone? Think of this. Anthony, when was the last time? I'll start myself. I went to the airport last week to greet some friends who were about to go back to the US. So I went there just to say bye because I could not meet them before and they were already at the airport. So we went to the airport just to say bye. And that was last week. So where was the last time you were at the airport? So can you please tell me? I am going to add some shapes in here for you to write. Let me see, we might add, instead of bubbles, we can just add something like this. Okay. So tell me, when was the last time? Was it to travel somewhere? Maybe. Was it last year? Maybe. Was it a month ago? Was it a week ago? I have another slide in here for you to share your different ideas. Okay. So this is for you to type your ideas. Do you want me to share the access to the slides again? Maybe. I'll share the access, the link. So if you go to the chat, you will find the link again to the slides presentation. Okay, wait. Sorry. Okay. So these are just for you to type your different ideas. Okay, so I have some of them in here. This is one more. We can place it in here for you to type. There's one more. How many people do I have in the 20 people. So I should have 20 bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me add one more. Okay. And please type your name. This is my second slide. If you don't have space on the first one, this might be full already. So you might go to the second slide. See? And this is where you will find more thinking bubbles. So you can write your ideas. While you type your ideas with me about when was the last time you were at the airport, I would like to share my next assignment. So this is going to be this week's assignment due for next week, okay? Just give me one moment. If we go to the Zoom chat, I'm sharing a new link, and that is for a new activity on Flipgrid, okay? Let me see. Let me do something in Flipgrid. So today is April 11, right? Today is Thursday. So we're gonna leave it open until April 18. Okay, so today is April 11, and the activity is going to be open up to next week, which will be April 18. Okay, I'm just coming back. Okay, I'll show you Flipgrid now. So this is my Flipgrid activity number 3, okay? Talking about storytelling, I want you that in a 1-minute video, only 1 minute, I want you to upload a video telling a story. It could be a fairy tale, fantasy story, or a real story. Use time sequencers or connectors to join the parts of the story. Be creative and personalize your video as you wish to make it interesting to watch. Okay, so we're gonna tell a story. It might be a fantasy story. It might be a real story. And on the video, we can personalize the video with pictures or images, maybe music, so we can make the story as nice as possible. Okay, so we're gonna be like Elmo, story time, only 1 minute, okay? And this activity will be open. Let me show you. It's going to be open from April 11 up to April 18, okay? Va a estar abierta desde el 11 de abril, which is today, hasta el 18 de abril. Oh, you know what? Let me change this. Vamos a dejarlo hasta el 19. Ya vamos a darle un día más. ¿Ok? Porque el jueves también tenemos clase. Ok. So let's leave it up to Friday. ¿Ok? And that is going to be Flipgrid activity number 3. ¿Ok? So we already have 2 videos. That will be the 3rd video, right? Let me show you Flipgrid again. Okay. So I'm gonna open WhatsApp chat, the WhatsApp web on my computer, so I can share the access to the Flipgrid video on the WhatsApp group. So if it might be easy for you to join from the WhatsApp group because you're gonna be using your phone, I will share the access, okay? Just give me one moment. I'm opening WhatsApp web again. And while I do all of this, you're typing your ideas, okay, about airports. It's taking time. So let me stop sharing that screen and let's go back to my slides. Well, WhatsApp web opens. Okay, so this is where we are. This is unit number 3, and this is actually number 3A. And I asked you to share on this thinking bubble to answer 2 questions. When was the last time you were at the airport? Was it to travel somewhere? Where? Or just to meet someone at the airport? Let me see, WhatsApp is open. Not yet. Okay. So let's take a look at your ideas. Okay, Anthony, what about you? When was the last time?
Excuse me?
When was the last time you were at the airport?
Oh,
It might be José Joaquín de Olmedo, or maybe
yes, in
Sucre y Quito.
Guayaquil.
Okay, it was in Guayaquil. Okay. Why did you go to the airport?
Because I travel to Quito.
Okay, you traveled to Quito. Okay. Let me see. Can you type that? Did you type this on the slide? Because I have the one from Yvette, Daniela, Fausto, Dana, Maria Urrala, Alexander, Charlene. I don't know if I have yours. I shared the access to the slides so you can write about this on the chat, okay? I mean, not on the chat. Let me on the slides. Let me copy the link again. Le voy a compartir nuevamente el acceso a las diapositivas, ¿ok? Para que usted pueda escribir ahí también la idea. Okay, let me see if WhatsApp is open already. Okay, it's open. Let me see, just give me one moment. Let me share the Flipgrid access, I mean the link. In Flipgrid, I mean in the WhatsApp group. Mhm. Mhm. Let me reload Flipgrid, taking time. I got it. So if you go to the group, the WhatsApp group, this is going to be called Flipgrid activity number 3. Flipgrid activity number 3. And this is story, it's called storytelling. Storytelling. Okay, and this is the access. So if you check the WhatsApp group, I have already shared the link to the Flipgrid activity in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so maybe if you want to check, if you want to join, if you want to record the video from your cell phone, it might be easier for you. Okay, so this is where we are again. So thank you, Anthony. What about Fausto? When was the last time? You were at the airport. Fausto? Alexander, when was your last time? Alexander, no? Charlene, when was the last time you were at the airport?
It was 2 years ago.
Okay. Where did you go?
20, Orlando.
Okay. Who did you travel with?
Mother. Mother.
Your mom? Only with your mom. So you travel with your mom.
No.
No.
I travel with my mom, aunt, and two
sisters. No. Cousins.
No, cousins. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you, Charlene. Okay. Maria Jose. Thanks.
The last time I was at the Quito airport was 3 months ago when my aunt was returning to Italy.
Or they were going back to Italy and you went to say bye to them. Okay, good. What about Grace? When was the last time you were at the airport? The last time, not the first time. Grace? Think about this.
Tenía problemas con el micrófono.
Okay, don't worry. I can hear you now. When was the last time you were at the airport? And why did you go?
Ay, teacher, un momento se me puso loca la computadora.
Excuse me? Oh, do you want me to
Para
okay.
mí.
This is what it is. Yes. But I didn't want you to read, just to tell me. I mean, without reading, right? Where did you go? Why? Who did you go with? So these are some of your classmates' answers, but I wanted to listen to yours. Great. Sabrina, would you like to read yours? When was the last time you were at the airport?
I was travel in November at Orlando City.
Okay. Is it okay to say I was to travel or just I travel? How can we fix this? Or I went to the airport.
I went.
It might be just I went. I went to the airport, right? I went to the airport. Why? To travel in November 2023. So where do you go? You can make a pause in here. Aquí podemos pausarlo. Siempre se pausa, así como en español ponemos pausas con los puntitos seguidos, aquí igualito. I mean, rules are the same. I traveled. You might say I traveled to Orlando with my family. Good. So what about Dana? Thank you, Alexander. When was the last time you were at the airport?
Yes, the last time in the airport, and I was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Traveled to Colombia because my cousin was getting married.
Married, okay. And they were celebrating the wedding in Colombia, but which city?
In Colombia, Medellín.
Oh, in Medellin. Okay, good, nice. It's called the Spring City, right? I mean, the weather is really nice in Medellin. It's like springtime, right? It's really nice. Thank you, Dana. Sabrina, what about you? When was the last time you went to the airport or you were at the airport?
I was at the airport.
Huh?
Se me perdió la imagen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was at the airport in March with my mom because we traveled Galapagos.
So when was it? In March 2024?
Yeah.
Okay. So we might say I was at the airport in March 2024 with my mom because we traveled to Galapagos or to the Galapagos. It's called the Galapagos Island. I mean, this is how islands, the Galapagos Islands. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina. Alfredo, what about you? When was the last time?
It was 2 months ago because I visited my family, the family of my
Your
father
family.
in Hong Kong.
Really? So how long have they been living in Hong Kong?
Yes, because they're original from
They are
that.
Ecuadorians. Oh, okay.
No, the family of my father is Chinese.
Oh, okay, okay. Your dad's family is Chinese. Okay, nice. And
Yes.
how long did you stay in Hong Kong?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Nice, nice. How many hours does it take someone to travel from Ecuador to Hong Kong? Is it a very long trip?
A little bit, but
because it's far away, right? We're talking about Asia, right? So it's like all of the, I mean, if we talk about it's like traveling to the other side of the world, right? So it might be a long trip. How many hours
yes,
somehow?
16 hours.
16, right? Wow, that's a long trip. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your family trip. Thank you so much. Yes, anybody else? Any other volunteers? Grace, would you like to read yours? Of course.
I have problems with my comp.
With your computer. Okay. Would you like to share yours? Of course. Thank you, Andres. Okay, Grace, go ahead. Go.
Estoy tratando de regresar ahora.
Okay.
Yeah. The first time was in
But that was the first time or the last time? I asked you about the last time.
¿Está bien redactado?
But I mean, the question says, when was the last time? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez? Not the first time. Because in here it says the first time was in 2018. But I asked you about the last time. That's why they said 2023, 2024. Some people travel in 2022, November 2023. My last time was like a week ago. So it was very, very recently. But this is when was the last time you were at the airport? This might be a question on the final exam. They might ask you, so when was the last time you were at the airport? And I'm sure they're going to ask this. 100% sure. It might be on the questions. So you might, if you have not been at the airport, you might just make it up, right? Oh, yes, I went to the airport last year because I went to Quito. We traveled with my family. We had vacations and we spent a week in Quito. That's it. So you're answering the question, right? So this is just practice. Now, talking about traveling and being at the airport, this is something that might be really useful for anyone who wants to, I mean, what if you go to a place not in Ecuador? What if you are in Hong Kong, for example? And I mean, there's no one who can speak in Spanish, right? And you're gonna take a look at all of these. These words might really help you to understand what's happening at the airport, right? And these are like, it could be on airport signs, it could be all over the place. And these are some of the words that we're gonna go through. Arrivals, baggage drop off, baggage reclaim, check-in, customs, departures, gates, lifts, passport control, terminal, toilets, or trolley. And this is actually British English. So we might have another word if we're talking about American English. But arrival. So we have these pictures, right? From 1 to 12. Each of the pictures represents one of the words, okay? So they want you to look at the airport signs, right? Esto puede estar en cualquier aeropuerto. Imagínense que ustedes estén, I don't know, Australia, and you don't know what do they mean, right? Arrivals. Arrivals. What is arrivals? Arrivals. Check-in. So where is the check-in? What do I have to go? Where do I go? So it might be really useful, believe me. It might really help you to understand where should you go, what do you have to do. And so this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. According to the pictures, how can we match? They want you to match them with the words and phrases below. So what about this? Can you try? Okay, let's try. Passport control. Usually there are different places within airports, right? In some places you have to check in. It means you have to show your ID and your boarding pass, right? Where they have all your information, the place you're traveling to, when are you traveling, the flight number. So this is what they will check in at the check-in, right? And what does it mean, baggage? Is there any other words for baggage? Like a synonym. This word. Baggage drop-off or baggage reclaim. What do they mean? Baggage. It's the same in American English. There's another word and they call it luggage. Luggage or baggage is somehow the same. It might be your belongings, right? Or your belongings. Or maybe a suitcase. It might be a suitcase, or it might be just a backpack. But this is where you carry your stuff, right? It might be a suitcase, a luggage, baggage. It might be a backpack, right? But this is where this is what you carry on with you when you travel, where you keep all your clothing. This is baggage, okay? Customs. What do customs mean? And why is it eight? So this is the place you have to go through, and they might ask you to open. Let's pretend this is my baggage, right? They will ask you to open it and to check. If they think they might need to check, they are like, they have the legal authority to check your belongings and what do you have inside your bag. That's customs. What about lift? Is there any other meaning for lift? There's like there's a synonym. A lift. So a lift might be an elevator, right? It's the same. Lift is in British English and elevator, that's American English, but it's exactly the same. An elevator or a lift. If you want to go to the first floor, second floor, up or down, you take the lift or the elevator. What about arrivals? What does it mean, arrival? Anybody else? Andres? No? Mercy? Charlene? Fausto? Arrive. What does it mean, arrive? If you take a look at picture number 3, where the plane is, yes, Charlene, I'm trying to use my hands. Yeah, like arriving, right? Landing, right? And number 2 is the opposite, right? Departure, when the plane is actually taking off and it's actually leaving, right? So that's baggage reclaim. Have you seen the airports? There's something called a baggage belt, and there's something that it moves, right? It keeps rolling, and if you look at your bag, you just grab it, and this is how you reclaim it, right? If you're carrying a big suitcase, this is the place you go, and you might choose your bag. You might find it, and you grab it, and you leave. That's the baggage reclaim. Gate. What is it? What's a gate? Can someone? Why is it number 11? Gate. Usually when you have on the boarding pass, they usually tell you where is your gate, right? Because there might be many gates at the airport. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So usually on the boarding pass, they usually let you know, oh, gate number 4. So this, if you look at gate number 4, that might be the place where you have to check in before boarding the plane. And they will check your ID, and they check your suitcase or your backpack, and then you can board the plane. And that's it. Toilets. What is a toilet? A synonym.
Baños.
Bathroom, right? So bathroom and toilet. Bathroom usually is not the best word, because toilet is just a place where you can you go pee-pee, number 1, number 2. But then if you talk about a bathroom, that's a place where you can have a shower, but there's no showers, right? So that's why they call it just toilets. And what's a trolley? Trolley. Any other idea?
Carrito.
So the trolley is like a little car where you place all your baggage, your suitcases, and you can carry them because they might be heavy, right? Como un carrito que tiene rueditas. And then it's easier for you to move through the airport carrying your suitcase with a trolley.
Carretilla.
Excellent. Como carretilla. No sé cómo le dicen en español realmente. I don't really know. No sé si le dicen carrito. I don't know. But in English it's called trolley. Okay, so let me go back. Let's go back to unit number 3. Let me see. I think it's open now. I already opened unit number 3 for you. See. Okay. And unit number 3 is called plans and dreams. Not really, somehow related to airports, but I'll let you know why. So, first quiz. Airport signs, airport vocabulary. Arrivals, baggage drop-off, baggage reclaim, check-in, customs, departures, gates, lifts, passport control, terminal, toilets, or trolley. Okay, you try it now. I think this is done, right? And that will be, just to let you know, para los que todavía no saben dónde estamos, I already opened unit number 3. This is where we are. We are on 3A. And this is how much we have learned so far. This is where we started. Siempre me gusta como que I always like to go back just to let you know how much we have worked so far. So we have worked a lot. 1, 2, A, B, C, workbook 2A, and this is where we are now, 3A. So we're kind of in the middle. We will still have to go to 3A, B, C, and then 4 and 5 and 6. So somehow we are right in the middle, right? Okay, so this is 3A. That's the first quiz. And let me see if everybody finished. This is quiz 1B. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think everybody should be here. Uh-huh. Very well. If you're here, it means you're listening to me and you're following me. Alexander, you can try again. See, great. Okay, good. Charlene, Sonia, Andres, Liva, Angie, Lisbeth, Yvette, Mercy, Daniela, Jose Enrique, Noelia, and Anita. If I reload this, I should be able to look at more students. Ana del Carmen, Fausto, and Maria Jose. Good. So once we're done with this is 1B. That's just the first one. And this is called Plans and Dreams because there's a story behind. There's a story of different people traveling. They have different plans. So if we look at the picture, let me see if I have that on my slides. I think I have that on my slides. Yes. Let me stop sharing that screen and let's go back to my slides. Okay, I'll show you now. Okay. So we have different people and they are all at the airport, right? So we have Matthew, Olivia, and Lily. So what are their plans and what are their dreams? There's one of them, so we're gonna focus on these three different characters. Matthew, Olivia, and Lily. So they're three different travelers. They're traveling to different countries. And according to the picture, who do you think is going to work abroad for an NGO? What does it mean, NGO? NGO means a non-governmental organization. So he or she is going to work for a non-governmental organization in another country. Okay, so they're gonna work as they're gonna do volunteer work. Another traveler is going to see a next partner. We don't know if it's Matthew, Lily, or Olivia. And one more is going to do a photo shoot in an exotic place. So who's going for the photo shoot? For the photo shoot, who's going to see an ex-boyfriend and who is going to work? Who do you think is traveling to work? Is it Matthew, Olivia, or Lily? Mercy, what do you think?
Lily going to work abroad for NGO.
Who?
Lily.
Why? What do you think she's going abroad to work?
He wear shoes black.
Okay, she's wearing
pants black.
A black backpack. Oh, it looks like a
shirt violet.
a violet t-shirt. Anyway, any other ideas why? So according to the way she's dressed, right? She looks like she might be traveling to work, right? Might be. And who's the model? One of them is traveling to do a photo shoot. A photo shoot, when you're a model, they take pictures, right? So you do a photo shoot. So you might pose in different angles, then they might take a lot of pictures because that's your work, right? So who's the model? Any other ideas? Jose Enrique? No? Is he here? I think he's not. Jose Enrique, you've been too quiet. Angie, what do you think? Who's the model?
Miss, una pregunta.
Yes, of course.
¿Cómo me refiero a los zapatos?
Shoes.
Formales. No, o sea.
Okay,
con taco o formales, no sé cómo se puede indicar como.
So She is wearing, I think we went through this already, like the way we can describe how someone is, how someone is dressed, right? She's wearing tacones, high heel shoes. But if we want to describe the color, we might say she's wearing black high heel shoes. Ajá. Son zapatos negros, pero son zapatos altos, ¿no? Que tienen con alto. Ajá.
Thank you, Miss.
What about Olivia? What is it different, her shoes? ¿Cómo podríamos describirla a ella, por ejemplo?
Trying.
She's wearing... Olivia's shoes are different, right? She's wearing...
Trying.
Ajá. She's wearing, are they white, red, pink, maybe?
For what?
Olivia's shoes. Any other ideas? No?
Horseshoes.
Uh-huh. But we can give it a color. We can name a color. She's wearing...
Red?
Uh-huh, red and white, maybe. Red and white, and these are called sneakers. Sneakers, ajá, son como zapatos deportivos. Y si queremos enfatizar como el color, siempre el color se menciona antes. Tiene como un orden, por decirlo así. Cuando hablábamos de los zapatos de tacón alto, siempre te referimos al color. She's wearing black high heel shoes. Y en este caso, como los de ella son deportivos, she's wearing red and white sneakers.
And training suit.
Ajá, and also she's wearing a red
black
and black, yeah, red and black tracksuit.
Training suit.
Or training suit. It might be training suit, or I think they call it, there was another word. Tracksuit. Como un calentador, ¿no es cierto? Más o menos, somehow, because there's a hoodie and pants, right? Also, she's wearing a red and black tracksuit. So this might be a description. Good. So who is the model?
Matthew.
Why?
Because
Sorry,
Yes, Jose, go ahead. Yes.
I mean,
Hi.
he wears black lace.
He's wearing a black blazer, right? What else?
Glaze.
Oh, glasses. Okay. Instead of glasses, I think they might be called sunglasses, right? Porque son como gafas, right? So he's wearing black sunglasses or dark sunglasses. What else? Is he wearing pants or jeans?
Jeans.
Jeans, right? He's wearing jeans and...
Jacket.
Ajá, he's wearing a vest. Parece como un chaleco, ¿no? Parece. White t-shirt and a black vest. And I think the way he walks, right? Le está caminando así como, I don't know, he looks like fancy. He looks like fancy, and I think the way he's walking, it might be a model. Might be. Okay, so this is just, we're just guessing. We don't really know. But now, in Moodle, I don't have the audio here, but in Moodle, we're gonna listen to each of their different stories. We're gonna listen to Olivia, Matthew, and Lily, and we're gonna try to get as much information as possible about where are they traveling to, so where to, where are they going to, why are they traveling, and if there's any other relevant information. So where, why, and then an additional information. But this is not, I want you to, if you want to write, we use the slide to write as many ideas as you can. This is where you can type your ideas. like take notes in here, and then they will ask you to complete this information in a quiz, okay? But you know what? Let's go back to Moodle, okay? Let me see. And that will be the listening section, I believe. Okay, so this is actually, yes, the listening section. So we're gonna listen and check 2 answers. Okay, let's have a first. Okay. So information, names, Olivia, Matthew, Lily, where, why, and any other additional information.
1.55. Olivia.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yes, sure.
Where are you going?
To Nicaragua.
For a holiday?
No, I'm going to do voluntary work. I'm going to teach English to young children.
Where exactly in Nicaragua are you going?
To a town called Esteli. It's about 150 kilometers from Managua.
How long are you going to be there for?
I'm going to be in Esteli for 6 weeks, and after that, I'm going to travel around Nicaragua for a month.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
Are you feeling nervous at all?
A bit, because I don't speak much Spanish, but they're going to give us a 40-hour language course when we arrive, so I hope that's enough to start with.
Well, good luck and have a great time.
Thanks. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic experience.
So that was, who was the first speaker? Was it Lily or Olivia?
Olivia.
That was Olivia, right? Okay, and where was she going to? Could you grab that information? Maybe. Which one, Sonia? Which one? But she didn't say Nicaragua, like us, right? That's how we pronounce Nicaragua. How did she pronounce Nicaragua? Nicaragua, like this, Nicaragua. Like very, very quick, right? So it was difficult to understand, but let's keep listening.
Matthew.
That's Matthew.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yeah, okay.
Where are you going?
To Australia.
That's a long flight. Are you going to stop on the way?
No, I'm going direct to Melbourne.
Why Melbourne?
I'm going to work there. I'm a model and we're going to do a photo shoot for a magazine.
That sounds exciting. What kind of clothes are you going to model?
Winter clothes for next season. It's winter in Australia now, so it's going to be quite cold. That's why we're going there.
Of course, it's their winter. How cold do you think it's going to be?
I'm not quite sure. About 8 or 9 degrees during the day and colder at night, I suppose.
Well, have a good trip. And I hope the photos are fabulous.
Thanks.
Lily.
Okay, so that was Matthew. Where is he going to?
Australia.
And why is he traveling to Australia?
The photography for magazine.
So he's the model, right? He's a model and he's traveling to have some pictures taken. Okay.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Okay, sure.
Where are you going?
To Budapest.
Why are you going there?
I'm going to a conference.
So it's a work trip?
Yes. But I'm also going to see an old friend there. Actually, an old boyfriend. Someone I went out with a long time ago.
When did you decide to meet up again?
Well, I knew he was working at Budapest University. So when the conference came up about a month ago, I got in touch with him on Facebook.
Is he going to meet you at the airport?
I don't think so. But who knows?
How do you feel about it?
Quite excited. It's going to be strange meeting again after all these years.
Well, good luck. I'm sure you're going to have a great time. And enjoy the conference too.
Thanks very much.
Okay, what was the speaker's name?
Lily.
Lily, right? So that's Lily. Where is she traveling to?
Budapest.
Budapest, right? And why is she going to Budapest? Any ideas?
Boyfriend?
She mentioned something about a boyfriend, right? But before
The conference.
she's attending a conference. And she's going to see an old friend, she said at the beginning. But
In the university.
He works at a university and they used to date before, right? I think that he was her boyfriend many years ago. So she was like, okay, I want to visit him. Okay, would you like to you know what? Let's go back to the slides and let's try to fill as much information on the slides. Whatever you could grab, at least we have something right now. So we could grab at least where are they going, why are they going, and if you have any other additional information, you can add this on the slides, right? Okay, what do you think? Good. So Olivia, Matthew, and Lily, thank you. If you are helping me on the slide, please don't forget to add your name so you can evidence that it was you, right? Sharing some information and helping each other, right? Okay, thank you. And while you add information on the slides, I am going back into Moodle and I will play the audio again, okay? Because I think we need to listen one more time. And as you listen on the slides, try to add any additional information, any detail you could grab on the slide, okay? Ese es como nuestro cuaderno, acuérdense. En vez de que tomemos apuntes en una hojita, since this is a virtual class, we might use the slides.
1.55. Olivia.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yes, sure.
Where are you going?
To Nicaragua.
For a holiday?
No, I'm going to do voluntary work. I'm going to teach English to young children.
Where exactly in Nicaragua are you going?
To a town called Esteli. It's about 150 kilometers from Managua.
How long are you going to be there for?
I'm going to be in Esteli for 6 weeks, and after that, I'm going to travel around Nicaragua for a month.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
Are you feeling nervous at all?
A bit, because I don't speak much Spanish, but they're going to give us a 40-hour language course when we arrive, so I hope that's enough to start with.
Well, good luck and have a great time.
Thanks. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic experience.
Okay, why is she traveling to Nicaragua? Yvette, Danita, Mercy. What is she going to do in Nicaragua? Alexander, Sabrina. No? Yes?
As a volunteer.
Okay, she's going to work as a volunteer. Okay. In English, how do you call this volunteer work? It means you work for an NGO or a non-government organization. So you're not getting paid, but this is volunteer work. So this is you offering time or giving your time. You're working for a cause, right? Maybe you're helping someone. So where is she working? Or what is she doing? What kind of work she's doing? Any other information? Maybe Sabrina, Maria Jose. But she's doing volunteer work, but volunteering doing what? Any additional information? Maybe you can type it on the slides. Okay, let's listen to speaker number 2.
Matthew.
That's Matthew.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yeah, okay.
Where are you going?
To Australia.
That's a long flight. Are you going to stop on the way?
No, I'm going direct to Melbourne.
Why Melbourne?
I'm going to work there. I'm a model and we're going to do a photo shoot for a magazine.
That sounds exciting. What kind of clothes are you going to model?
Winter clothes for next season. It's winter in Australia now, so it's going to be quite cold. That's why we're going there.
Of course, it's their winter. How cold do you think it's going to be?
I'm not quite sure. About 8 or 9 degrees during the day and colder at night, I suppose.
Well, have a good trip. And I hope the photos are fabulous.
Thanks.
Okay, so where is he? He's going to? Where specifically? Which country? Alexander, Andres, maybe? Could you grab that information?
Australia.
Australia, right? So why is he traveling to Australia?
Because he's a model.
Okay, he's going for a
Photo
photo shoot, right? What kind of clothes are the ones he's gonna model for in the photo shoot? I think that could be like additional information, right? The weather, how's the weather in Australia, according to Matthew? I think he said something about the weather. Okay, let's listen to speaker number 3.
Lily.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Okay, sure.
Where are you going?
To Budapest.
Why are you going there?
I'm going to a conference.
So it's a work trip?
Yes. But I'm also going to see an old friend there. Actually, an old boyfriend. Someone I went out with a long time ago.
When did you decide to meet up again?
Well, I knew he was working at Budapest University. So when the conference came up about a month ago, I got in touch with him on Facebook.
Is he going to meet you at the airport?
I don't think so. But who knows?
How do you feel about it?
Quite excited. It's going to be strange meeting again after all these years.
Well, good luck. I'm sure you're going to have a great time. And enjoy the conference too.
Thanks very much.
Okay, so that was Lily, right? So where is she traveling to? Let's go back to the slides. Let me see how much information could we grab on the slides. Why is it important for you to try to get as much as possible? On Moodle, this will be a quiz. They will not grade like specific information, whether you write a word or not, but I will grade. This is something I will be grading, not Moodle, because this is kind of open questions. Son preguntas abiertas. So I want you to write as much as possible. So on other information, what should be relevant about Olivia's trip, for example? What could be added in here on other information? Jose, what do you think? Fausto. Angie. What should be important on other information about Matthew, for example? Weather, clothes. How is he feeling about the trip? I mean, how does he feel? What are his expectations? Maybe. What about Lily? Is there any, we know that she's traveling to work, but what other activities has she planned? She's planning to do after the conference is over. Okay, so this is what I want you to try. So this is what your classmates have shared on the slides, right? About Olivia, Matthew, and Lily. Now, if we go back here on Moodle, and here, I'll show you how this quiz is different to the other quizzes. If I go to resultados, if you can see, this is Alexander, for example. He finished his first attempt. It says sin calificar aún, because I will be grading this. I will go to check the temp and I will go in here. And here there's nothing, right? I don't have anything to grade because there's nothing. So there's nothing for me to grade. I want to have specific details, as many as you can, okay? If I look at Lisbeth, for example, this is Lisbeth. I don't have anything else, right? There's nothing. Look, sobre 10, what can I add in here over 10? Okay, so that's why I asked you to listen. I asked questions. I shared the slide. I wanted you to share, to write on the slide, to type your name on the slide. Maria Jose, this is Maria Jose's attempt. It's not graded. They will not show you your grade. I have to grade it. So there's some information, but I think we could add more. Any other relevant information? There's nothing else. Maria Jose, could you add something else on other information?
So we have to do it now, right?
Yep. Yep. Lisbeth, this is where we are. This is quiz. Let me see. This is 2B. And if we go back, this is unit 3A, right? We did the first one. We did this quiz already about airport vocabulary words. And this is about 3 different speakers. And this is 2B. 2B. So these are open questions. Son preguntas abiertas. Aquí no van a calificarle si escribió bien, si se comió una letra, si el apóstrofe. That's not really relevant. This is different. Okay. So whatever you could listen and you could understand is going to be in here. That's Maria Jose. So I think you're all trying again. So I'll give you time, okay? I'll give you 3 more minutes. Okay. Yeah, let's see. María Luisa, you cannot try the quiz now, right? Aún está sin luz. You see just from your phone. Yeah, I know. But don't worry, don't worry. Just don't forget to do, this is unit number 3, okay? The quiz is going to be open. I mean, this is not going to be closed, but just don't forget to try it when you can, maybe tomorrow, okay? Let me see. Maria Jose. Charlene. Jose, where's Jose? Yvette. Jose Enrique. Okay, he's writing now. Okay, vamos a darle tiempo. Okay, I'll give you time. Let me see. Charlene, so how was it? Okay. Okay. So while you finish this, let's try to do just one more thing. Can you do just something else for me? So we're talking about these 3 different people, plans, and their dreams, right? What are their expectations? What are their dreams and their plans? Where are they traveling to? But let's talk about you. So this is what it matters to me, is something about yourself. So if today is just Thursday, right? Estamos jueves, right? Tomorrow it will be the last day of the week. So what are you going to do this weekend? Tell me. What are your plans for the weekend? But I want you to share this using a gift. Any other plans? Yes, I think that was Daniela. What are your plans? Andresito? Alexander? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Maria Luisa? Any plans? What are you going to do this weekend? So when is it the weekend? Which days of the week? If I said weekend, we're talking about which days? When is it the weekend, Maria Luisa? The weekend is Saturday and Sunday, right? So what are your plans for this coming Saturday and Sunday? Okay, these are my plans. Alexander, any ideas? What are your plans?
I go to visit my friends.
Okay, you're gonna visit some friends, okay. So if you're gonna visit some friends, we're gonna go to insert, gift and stickers, and then we might write the word friends, maybe. If we write the word friends, we might find like about the friends. Some gift is about the friends TV series, right? We could use if you go to your friend's house, you might choose one of these. Okay, or visiting. Let me see if I write something more specific. Visit friends. Let me see, what do I get? Visit friends. It might be something like this. Long time no see, right? You get very excited because you miss your friends and you have not seen them, maybe. Any other plans? So that might be a sticker. I mean, a gift if you want to use that one, if you want to use another one.
Teacher,
yes.
Where do I find the gifts?
The gifts. If you go to on the slides, if there's one option that says insert or insertar. And if you go to insert, there's different options. You might insert a text box, image, audio, video, shapes, tables, and so on. So you go to the first one, image, and there's one option that says gifts and stickers. If you click there, you'll find this bank of thousands of different. If your plans are, can you give me other ideas? so I can look for stickers? Any other? Yvette, what are your plans? Dana? Sonia?
My plan is working.
Work.
Work.
Okay.
Work.
Working. If we write the word working, we might find stickers like this. This might be me. I think this is going to be me because I have classes on Sunday and Saturday.
Give exams.
Exams.
In the university.
Oh, no. So it might be, we might go to image, give and stickers and exams. If you write the word exams, we might find I mean, this is up to you to choose, right? It might be something like this. So this might be Daniela, like Homer Simpson, right? If you want to find another one, what are your plans? That's just the first slide. This is just the first. Acuérdense que yo siempre pongo muchos slides. This is just the first one. There's one more. So if you want to use the second slide, it's fine. That might be exams. That might be Miss Diana, the cat, typing on the computer. Okay, Yvette, nice. Can you share your plans for the weekend? Yvette?
My plan is to go to the movies with my family.
Okay, which movie do you plan to watch? Which movie do you want to watch?
Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda. I think you told me about Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, it's beautiful. I watched it already with my son. It's really nice, really nice. And I really like the message behind the movie, right? There's always like a nice message. Maria Jose, any plans for the weekend? So you can use this second slide. Ya el primero está como congestionado, so you might go to the second one. And if you want to share something in here, you go again to insert. So Maria Jose, what are your plans for the weekend? Are you gonna be like this? Please tell me you have like fun plans. Because I'm gonna feel bad.
Yes, my boy.
Excuse me?
Traveling with my
Riding? Driving? I didn't hear. Can you repeat?
traveling with my
Traveling. Oh, that's with your boyfriend traveling. If we type traveling, Maria Jose is gonna be something like, are you travel by car? Are you traveling by car or by plane? You might be like this. You might be like this, right? Okay, but I'm not gonna steal your sticker. It's up to you. Who's gonna play soccer? Andres, maybe? No? Alexander? Jose Andres? Jose Enrique? No? Who's playing soccer? Sabrina, what are your plans for the weekend? Any plans? Andresito, what are your plans?
Playing soccer.
Okay, you're gonna play soccer with your friends. Good. Can you write it down, please?
I visit Park Saman.
Okay. Parque Samanes. Okay, good. Nice. Sabrina, what are your plans for the weekend? Any ideas?
I went to a party.
Oh, you're going to a party.
Party
Nice.
with my family. Yeah.
For your family. Good. Anthony, what are your plans for the weekend?
I go to visit my grandmother.
Okay, you're gonna visit your grandmother. Good. Can you add a sticker? Fausto, what are your plans for the weekend? Do you have any plans, Angie, for the weekend? Who's making pizza?
Go to the Mr. Joy.
Oh, really? That's nice. You're going to Mr. Joy. Are you going with friends?
No, with my family.
Okay, with your family. Good. See, so those are your plans for the weekend, right? Anna, what are your
Miss.
plans? Yes, go. Where are you?
Hi, Miss. My plan, I
Yes.
have to study.
Oh, you have to study. Do you have exams? Maybe.
See, maybe I play into the football or soccer.
Okay, good. So you're gonna play soccer and you're gonna have some exams. Okay, thank you, Fausto. Is there anybody else? Anyone else? Mercy, what you
Some
didn't
people
tell me.
go to.
Yes. Yes.
Some people go to no, Tron.
Where?
Iglesia.
Oh, the church. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Usually there's people who visit the church every Sunday, right? It might be on a Sunday, it might be on Saturday.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, those might be your plans for the weekend too, of course. Yeah, everybody has different plans, but that could be an option, of course. Who's going to make pizza with friends? That's nice. That's a nice plan for the weekend. Who knows
Is
how?
in my city on Monday is holiday.
Oh, really? So there's a holiday. Nice. And what are you doing?
In Azogues.
In Azogues. Wow. That's nice.
My plan is to take university exams on Saturday.
Okay.
Then I will go with my children to a birthday party.
Okay.
On Sunday and Monday, I travel with my family for a holiday in my city.
Okay, good. So you're gonna spend the holiday with your family. Good. Thank you, Daniela. Okay, so talking about plans, and this is, I will finish the class just going briefly to this language structure, and this is something called be going to. So when you're talking about plans, like I am going to make pizza, I am going to play soccer, I am going to celebrate, I am going to watch. This is a language structure called be going to. And this is usually used to talk about your plans for the future, right? So we use going to plus infinitive verbs to talk about the future plans or intentions. So this is somehow positive statements, negative statements. I'm going to, I'm not going to. If there is a question, are you going to? Are they going to? So this is like how positive, negative, and question statements should be written if talking about going to. And this is something I wanted to share with you. This is not from the book, but if you want to go and like review how they should be written according to the subject, positive statements, different verbs, this is how it should be written. It's used to talk about something you have decided to do or something you have the intention of doing, or sometimes to predict the future with some clear evidence. And this is like some practice. Let me share the link. This is an activity called Word Wall. Let me share that on the chat. And this is just the first practice. Let me share my screen again. Okay, there you go. Now, this is just like additional practice. How we can make statements, and these are like words, but they're not in the right order, so we have to reorder the words. How can we do the first one, Angie?
We are going to.
We are. Can you do it on your computer?
We are
going. We are going.
Going to.
No, I'm going to.
Going
How it should be? We are going to go, or just we are going, or we go camping, or we go going. How should be the right structure?
We are going to go.
We are going to go
camping.
Camping. That's just one. One more. What about this? Alexander, yes, I am
going to shopping.
It might be
Go
just,
to.
if we're talking about going to, we might say, I am going to go shopping. Suena un poco redundante. Si yo digo voy, para nosotros suena un poco redundante si lo leemos así. I'm going to go shopping. Puede ser una opción.
Suena como... Uy, perdón.
Suena un poco redundante, es verdad.
No, suena como decir...
Voy a ir a, voy a...
Voy a ir yendo.
Exacto. Pero nosotros lo vemos así porque en español no lo decimos así, obviamente. Decimos voy a ir a comprar, no sé, voy a ir a visitar, como decían ustedes, I'm going to visit my grandmother. Pero esta solamente es una forma. This is just one of the ways we can use going to. What about this?
He is going to travel to Italy.
He's going
to travel.
También podría ser he's going, bueno, he's going to traveling, no, he's going to travel. Aquí sí ya se usa el infinitive, right? La forma infinitiva del verbo. What about this? Her plans. She
is going to watch Netflix.
To watch Netflix
Watch
all
Netflix.
day long. So that's another case of going to. What about this?
It
It's
is
not.
not going to rain tomorrow.
It's not going
to rain.
Tomorrow because today is a sunny day.
Excellent, Lisbeth. It's not going to rain tomorrow because today is a sunny day. What about this, José? Que estaba muy quiet, too quiet. I don't.
I don't like fish, so I don't like fish, so I am not eat eight.
I am not
Eat
eight.
eight.
Okay, let's see.
No, eat eight.
I'm not going to eat, right? If you don't like something, you will say, okay, I'm not going to eat it. Don't worry, we're gonna check it later. Let's do this one now. Can you try this one? They are, right? Are going to study for their exam. At the end, we will see how we can check if we have to check something. What about this? I
am going to see you tomorrow.
I am going to see
you tomorrow.
And I think I have one more. What about this? She
is going to wait
me
after the
she's
show.
going to wait for me after the show. Okay. What about this? They.
They are going to.
They are
going to.
Build or built? Build. Aquí el verbo siempre en la forma infinitiva ya, porque ya estamos usando going to. Ya no hay que cambiarle nada, no es pasado tampoco, estamos hablando de algo que es como hace futuro, al contrario. What about this? Donald.
Donald is going to
Going
is going to
Good.
Move.
Going to
Move.
move.
The store.
or to the suburbs. Suburbs para ellos es el suburbio, pero el suburbio para ellos no es como nuestro suburbio, es como las zonas residenciales. They are completely the opposite. What about this? Jane
Jane is going to
start
start her new job
your new
next
job
week.
next week. Excellent. Very easy, right? It's not like, what about this? It
is going to be a good day.
going to be a good day. Always. It's gonna be a good day. What about this?
I am going to cook for family.
Going to cook for my family. And one more. In the future,
Robots are going to be friendly.
are going to be friendly. Who knows? It might be, right? What about this?
I am going to
Get up early tomorrow.
Gonna get up early. What about this?
Are they going to visit
their grandma?
Going to visit grandma? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. Because the question starts with are. What about this?
What are
you going to do?
What are you going to do
This
summer?
This summer.
Okay. And there were 18. Oh my God, a lot of them. And there's, let me see if we can look at the one we had one mistake. If you click on show answers, they will let you know if you had one mistake. So I'm not going to eat it. And I think I'm not going to, and they will show you how it should have been written. And let me see. I think I have one more. I don't think so. Let me see. I have one more about plans. Okay. And let me share the link again. If you want to practice on your own device, it might be your computer, or maybe if you have a laptop. Let me see. And this is just a spinning wheel. That's how I call this. Okay, questions. Sonia, are you going to learn to do anything new? Do you have any plans? Do you want to learn something new? Any plans for the future? Close future? Long future? Near?
Close future. The birthday, my grandmother. They go to back the university.
Okay. So what do you want to learn? It might be another language. It might be how to drive. I don't know. To cook. I don't know. It's up to you. Something that you think like, oh, I would like to learn this. I'm going to learn, I don't know, Korean, because I would love to travel to Korea one day. Any ideas? Anything you would like to learn?
One day I'm going to travel to Iceland.
Okay, good. Okay, good. That's
for the aerials.
Boreal. Oh, to watch the how do you call this? Aurora boreal, right? It's amazing, right? It's like how you can see like different. It usually happens at night, I think. But you can see like different colors. Good. Okay, another question, and this question is for Andres Alfredo. Where's Andres Alfredo? What are you going to do tonight? Do you have any plans?
No, I going to sleep. Before I sleep, I go to work in my hobby and little job.
Okay, good. Those are your plans. Good. Thank you. Another question. Let me see. I have another question. Aha, Grace. What do you think the weather is going to be tomorrow? This is interesting. Very interesting. Guayaquil has been like really hot. How do you think the weather is going to be tomorrow? No. How is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be hot, cold, windy, rainy, cloudy? I don't know.
Very cold in Azores.
In Azul, it's still cold. And in
Very
here,
cold.
and here I think today we almost reached 29 degrees, right? ¿Será que llegamos a los 39? It was extremely hot. So I think actually there's something happening with, I don't know, how do you call that in Spanish? Calentamiento global. How could it be too hot in one city, in a very small country, and in another city it's too cold? I think
tomorrow maybe very cold.
It might be very, and in here, I think it's going to be hot as hell. Yo creo que si uno dijera, váyase al infierno, I mean, we're living in hell already. Why going to hell if we are living in hell? This is how we feel. I'm sorry. But I think it's gonna be hot. Really hot. Anita, what are you going to do tomorrow? Any plans for tomorrow? Not the weekend, tomorrow. Think about the next day.
I'm going to work.
Okay. You're going to work. Okay. Do you have any other plans besides working?
No, I don't.
No? Okay. Okay, and one last question. Andresito Moran, get ready. Has been too quiet. What are you going to cook next time? Andres, do you know how to cook? Have you ever cooked something? What are you going to cook next time?
Lasaña.
Lasagna. Wow. That's nice. Nice cooking. Alexander, do you know how to cook? What are you going to cook next time?
I don't know.
I don't know. Think of something. What is it something you wish you could cook tomorrow? You could eat tomorrow.
Rice and fish.
Okay, good, good. Okay, so we might keep practicing speaking. I'm not gonna keep asking questions now. I think we have worked a lot today and you have been great. don't forget, please, about the Flipgrid video. That will be my last reminder. I'm not going to grade videos after the deadline. Antes yo esperaba que mis alumnos hasta el último ya estaban haciendo los exámenes y yo todavía estaba revisando los videos y que me enviaba otra vez el video y que no había grabado. But I mean, it's really demanding because I really have to listen, and if I need to be as objective as possible, I think I need time. Si no, voy a poner cualquier nota. So I thought no, I'm not gonna wait till the last minute. So the activity is going to be open from today until the 19th, ¿ok? Tiene una semana y solamente es 1 minute. Es un video de 1 minuto. No es que le digo que, uy, Dios mío, va a hablar ahí como media hora, va a estar hablando, una mega producción de cine. No, it's just 1 minute video. I want you to just tell me a story, ¿ok? Just first, once upon a time, last week, this happened, and first, and then, and after, and then, finally, that's it. 1 minute, okay? So don't forget. And let's have a screenshot. Thank you so much. Thanks for being in here.